You know, I've always been giving you guys the numbers on the engines. Now I want you guys to give me the number on this small block right here. Welcome to my show. I'm Nick here in Nick's Garage, and I just wanted to get into some details with this 440 that belongs to James in Ontario, Timmins, Ontario, I should say. And he's got a beautiful Super B Dodge 1970 that this engine belongs to. Anyways, last time I've been working on this engine, I was doing the camshaft bearings.
The engine has come a long way in the few days since Nick got it back from the machine shop and we made the cam bearing installation video. We'll be doing more videos in that series, showing the step-by-step assembly of a 440. But for now, this one is almost ready to go into the car, and Nick wanted to share a blast or two on the dyno with everyone before he ships it out.
Anyways, let me just tell you, this engine came here in the first place because whoever built it for James, he installed domed pistons with a closed chamber head. These aluminum heads made by Edelbrock are closed chamber cylinder heads. And if you look closely, this is what they had in it. There are dome pistons. He had someone build it, and someone made a big boo-boo. If you see a little mountain here, which is called a dome, and you can see there's marks on it, that's because you don't need a piston with a dome, with a flat chamber head. So you know when the piston's going up, the head is right here. What it did was kept hitting. So you don't want this dome. It has to be a flat piston. If you take a good look, you see it's all being hit. And if, too bad now that the heads are being repaired, even the heads were damaged to all 8 chambers because of the dome on all 8 pistons. So I was telling my client that we need to install flat pistons, like so. If you take a good look, this one has no dome. Look at it, it's flat. Now we got the clearance, now we can rev it. Now it's not gonna hit the cylinder head. Just that little mountain there gives us no space. All I did was keep banging the cylinder head. Now that I've got these in the motor, made by SRP, flat top, they're in the engine. And you know, when you got elder blockheads, you're looking for 500 horsepower. I also replaced these 8 connector rods. These are the factory LY rods. I took them out and I also installed them instead of Eagle connector rods. Because you know, when you're looking at around 500 horsepower, you don't want to go with these old LY connector rods. They're original 440 regular connector rods. They're not 6-packs. They're not forged or anything like that. And that's the reason why we went with the Eagle connector rods, because I know they could take up 500 horsepower very easily compared to these LY connector rods from Chrysler. We had the engine zero decked. We're using a 39 thou gasket. We had the cylinder heads repaired. All 8 chambers were slightly welded on each chamber to fix them. I also had a water test, pressure test to see there's no leaks. We did a valve job. We assembled them, put them back on the engine, and here we are ready to run it on the dynamometer. And we made some tests yesterday, and we were almost at 500 horsepower. And I was talking back and forth with James, and I was telling him, you know, with his intake, the way the engine came in, we were close to 500 horsepower. 485, 488, so forth. So I had another intake manifold here in my shop, the Street Dominator, right here. So I put it on because we wanted to hit over 500 horsepower. So I just gonna make a test. I wanted to show you guys the results of this motor. In the meantime, I just gotta add a little shield here because, you know, when you have a breather, and if you don't have a shield on the valve cover like so, you can see the rockers, all the oil goes through here, outside the valve cover and onto the header, which was happening to me last night. So what I want to do is, I want to remove this valve cover, add this shield, so no oil could be splashed on the breather, so this way we won't have any oil coming out. So let's take off the valve cover and I'll show you what I'm talking about. These are aftermarket Mopar Performance valve covers that I don't know why they don't install the shield, but they come in the same box. They come on the side. For some reason, I guess you want to install them or not. I do not know. But in this reason, I have to install it because the oil just splashes through the valve cover and it drains onto the cylinder, on the header. So we don't want to fire, so let's fix this before we go any further running this engine on the dynamometer. I was running it last night, and if you take a good look at the oil stains on the valve cover. Right here. You can see it. All full of oil. There it is, you see? All factory valve covers, when they have a breather, they have a shield underneath. Yes, that's for sure. There you go. There you go. So we're going to install this right now. See there? Now we're not going to have no oil going through to the breather. There it is. So every time you got a breather, you got to have a shield underneath the valve cover because you don't want the oil directly hitting the breather because it's going to get filled with oil. So you got to put a shield because all you want is the fumes to go through there. I don't know if I'm going to get the gasket, but I'm going to try to save the gasket if I can.
It sound right, boy.
By the way, this engine was only brought here because it was only to be repaired. It wasn't built from scratch. I put most of the customers' parts in. I've used the same block. We went from 30 over to 40 over to limited some of the scratches in the cylinder. I've used the same cylinder heads. I went with the same camshaft, his push rods, his rockers, all the same. His valve covers, same cylinder heads, same oil pan, same oil pump. So all we did was a repair on this motor. It's not like some people, they bring in an engine, they want to build it with a little bit more horsepower or refresh or whatever, but it doesn't matter. James brought it here because he wanted to repair the damage, because after they built this motor, apparently it only ran for a few minutes. Well, as you can see, the pistons were the wrong model. I've shown you earlier. So we did the repair. Let's make a run on it and see how it goes. And we also had the crankshaft replaced. I didn't mention that. We replaced the crankshaft because it got all scratched on the side for some other reason I don't know. So then we had to do a line bore, get another crankshaft, another steel crank, and also new bearings. Then we had a line bore, line hone, done to it, and we got it in. So now, I think this engine's running great. Okay, so I'm going to start it right now. It's going to smoke a little bit, which is going to be normal because I'm just going to burn off the excess oil that I just removed the valve cover. And then we'll warm it up, and then we're going to make a blast.
It sound right, boy.
So you viewers can see it. Well, you know what? There's nothing more fun than playing with a Hemi or a 440 on the dyno. Or any engine, any muscle car engine. Any muscle car V8 motor comes on my dyno, it's always a pleasure to work with. I could spend hours and hours. I'd spend many nights working on him. Sometimes I tweak him for a little bit more horsepower, this and that, or whatever the customer wants, whatever they desire. If they have options, I want to try a few things on it. But my goal is just to get it running for a customer, and so I can put it back in the car and get it running, and so you can drive it, of course. And if you guys are wondering what this sensor is here for, it is a water temperature sensor for a computer, because he is installing a fuel injection in the car when this engine is installed in the car. But in the meantime, I don't have the system here with me at the moment. I will start it and run it with the carburetor, and we're just trying to see the mechanicals, how they're going. So let's get it started and see how it goes. Now with the pandemic going on, every time I would blast an engine on the dynamometer, I would used to have a crowd. People used to come in, hey Nick, are you dyno testing an engine today? Sometimes I would have a crowd a few guys would get together, and before I even make a test, before I even tell them what horsepower it makes, or even sometimes right from scratch, we put on the dyno, break in the cam, and we're just about to get started. Everybody starts placing their bets, how much horsepower, how much torque, whatever. Anyways, so we're gonna get this going in a few minutes, but I also wanted to say that, you know, on a street car, a lot of people talk about horsepower, but torque is more important on a street car. Torque is what some people say, torque wins races, horsepower sells cars or sells engines. But you know, on a street car, an everyday driver, good torque, good numbers with torque is a great car. For example, this one here was pulling about 550 torque on a street car. 550, just like that Chevy 560 or whatever, 570. Those are great torque monsters that are great street cars. You don't need more than that. Even though the horsepower is less, it doesn't matter, you guys. So let's get this running and let's take it from there. It's a 4360 bore, 40 over, stock stroke, 3750 stroke. It's a full 47.9 cubic inch. We're going to take it up to 5,900 RPMs. We're going to start at 33. Well, sometimes I can start it earlier, but if it's a street engine, I would start it a lot earlier because this is a fixed up engine. So it was just a cruising engine, I'll bring it a lot less. And we're going to take it at 300 RPMs per second. Okay, so let's get it started, warm it up, and let's take it from there. Right there. There's the exit for the exhaust and for the ventilation in the room. Thank God this car has no power brakes, because the cam this customer has selected for this engine, hardly any vacuum. Here, let's get it to idle, you'll see what I'm talking about. There you go. Under 10 inches of vacuum. So you know you're not gonna have no power brakes with this car. But like I said earlier, this client has no power brakes in this car, so it doesn't matter. And he's got a high volume Millington oil pump. It's got more pressure than he needs, but anyways, it's good enough. So we're going to take two tests. We're gonna make 2 tests. Here we go. I never usually count the first one. I always go with the second one. So let's get it hot. There we go, up to 5,900 RPM. That's how it did. Here we go. I'm gonna make another test after this one. I just wanted to show you guys briefly. Here, we just got it running. It's the first test of the day, or should I say our first try. Let's try a second one in a minute. You know, I like to make one test, run the engine hot, heat sink the block, and then make the test, the second test, and then from there, we take our readings. So I'm going to start up again, make a test, and then I'm going to show you guys the numbers we have. I'm not going to show you these numbers because they're always less than what they are. So I'm going to warm it up like we just did, make a test, then I'll show you the numbers. Okay, so what do I need? Get the water pump, cool it down. I'll put the fan on. Okay, here we go. And there you have it. Let's take a look. Okay, here we go. We just pulled out a 504 horsepower at 5,500 RPM, and our torque came in around almost 540 at 4,100 RPM. And if you guys want to see the graph, here it is. So there you have it. You know, I wanted to say yesterday, I did not make any changes whatsoever. And this is where we pulled out yesterday. We were just playing around with it. I wanted to show you guys. This is where I guess was we didn't make no changes whatsoever. And this is our powerhouse yesterday. Look at that, just to show you sometimes a day from one day to another might change. For example, here we pulled out a 513 horsepower at 5,500 RPM. And our torque was a lot better yesterday, almost 550 torque. So this is a great engine for the street. So James, there you have it. So now you know we revved it, we had no piston to cylinder head contact, and let's check the valve cover, there's no oil leaks or even the rear seal. Let's take a look. I don't like oil leaks whatsoever. And the valve cover, no drips. There we go. Finally, okay, so there we have it. So James, if you're watching, we're gonna take your car out of storage, bring it back here in the shop, and start putting this engine into the car. So let me just get a few engines out of the way, because springtime comes, that's when all the cars come back here, and we do all the engine installations for our clients. And there you have it, 440 from Timmins, Ontario. Now that we know what this motor done for James, I've got another one for you, another one from Ontario, but this time it's not a 440, it's a 340. What horsepower are we gonna get out of it? I don't know. But let me show you how this engine is going to get built. And you guys tell me what kind of horsepower it's going to make. So let's take a walk into the engine room and take a look. All right, so let's take a look at this 340. You know, this engine from the factory, 1970, made 275 horsepower. It is under construction. I've got the short block ready. I've got the connector rods, crank pistons in. I have decked the block to 0. So the reason I'm here now to show you viewers is What horsepower do you think this 340 is gonna make? Yeah, I'll give you a little breakdown what I've got it. I've told you I've got a flat top piston, zero decked, as you can see right here. I am using a hydraulic flat tappet cam with about almost 500 lift on it. I'm using factory stock rockers. I'm also using Elderbrock heads right here. Customers supplied the aluminum cylinder heads from Elderbrock. These are the ones that are going to go in. They have a 63cc chamber. They are not planed. I am using a 39 thou Felpro gasket, which is on number 1008. I'm also using a new oil pan because he just wanted a new oil pan. Here it is. Looks like a factory pan, looks perfect. Check this out, made in Canada. And everybody wanted to know, of course, what kind of an intake manifold. We are using an Elderbrock RPM air gap intake manifold on this 340. Here it is. And the cylinder heads, everybody wanted to know, the number is right here, 60779. There you go, folks. It's going to be a 4-barrel setup, of course. What do you think this thing is going to make on a dyno? What kind of horsepower? I don't know. You know what? I'm going to slowly put it together, and when the time it's ready, we'll have it on the dynamometer. We'll put on the video so you viewers can see it. So if you guys want to take a wild guess, go right ahead. I don't have the camera in my hands right now, but I'm just going to give you a ballpark figure. It's about it's going to be around a roughly 230 duration. At 50, it's going to be close to 500 lift, which is about 475, 480 lift. Hydraulic flat tappet. We're going to run the air gap intake, I said earlier. Cylinder heads are aluminum by Elderbrock. That's what the customer has chosen. We're going to run factory stock rockers. We're going to go with a 4-barrel setup. Probably, I don't know what carburetor, but we're going to tune it to the maximum air-fuel ratio and also to the best timing. And we're going to run it at temperatures of about 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're going to see what it makes. So I got a ballpark figure what this thing is going to make. But I want to see what you guys are going to guess. So if you guys make a comment what you think it's going to make, and we'll stay tuned for a couple of weeks or so until you have the results on the dyno. And here we are, another week here at Nick's Garage. I wanted to say thank you guys staying tuned and watching our videos here on YouTube. Anyways, I want to give a special thank you to Melissa and George, my camera guy, who got me this for the shop. And you know, I did say at one time, you know, don't break bolts. You know, people sometimes, they over tighten, that could break a bolt. And I was saying many times, don't use cheap bolts because, you know, when you tighten it or in the time comes you want to remove it, they break. And then, you know, it's a mess to start drilling and tapping it. You know, why you want to go through all the headaches? Like I said, always use good stuff. Lubricate the bolts before you install them in case you plan to take them off in the future. And I was telling many people before, like when you want to remove a bolt, sometimes heat them up so you don't break it. But you know, sometimes you want to turn it and it doesn't want to turn and you force it. Don't force it, you're going to break it. Then you're going to start removing whatever it is, start drilling. Just keep it simple. Heat up the bolts, let them cool down, and then use a breaker bar or something, break them loose, and that's the way to go. So you save a lot of time, let me tell you. And also, I told you like before, always use a good grade bolt. There you have it. People send me stuff from all over the place, all over the world. But now this week I got 6 packages to open up, and they're all from my friendly neighborhood down south, the United States. And let's take a look, we'll see what we got. Okay, here we go. And this one is from South Bend, Indiana. Okay, let's open it up. Let's see what name we got. Here we go. Oh, we got a flag here. Nick Peneritis and staff. Okay, what do we got here? And we got a Christmas card. Okay. Don't worry, spring will arrive soon. Encloses a small bit of color to keep your Hoosier displayed in your garage wall company. Smile. Your global audience await the building of the Daytona 500 Charger. Yes, I know a lot of people guys are waiting for the Charger 500. I've got the car, or should I say the body, over at Rogers at Showtime. He's getting it ready to get it painted, but he has to line up the doors, the trunk, the hood. So when all that is done, of course, we're going to show that video with the paint job at the shop there. After all that is done, we brought here, and then of course, we're going to put it all on video, whatever we put in together, the interior, the suspension, the engine, the transmission, the rear end, the tail lights, and whatever. So we're going to take it step by step. And yes, I cannot wait for that Charger 500 to come here so we can put it together. All right, I want to say a thank you to Swanson. He's also sent us the flag of the Hoosier Racing Tires. which I've got 2 up there hanging on the wall. And I guess this will just go perfect with the tires. After all, everything's all Hoosiers. Another flag to the collection. I think I'm running out of space with these flags, let me tell you. And here we go. There it is. So all I gotta do is put his name on it. Swanson, thank you very much. There you go. Thank you, Swanson. Okay. And this one's from Robert from the state of Illinois. He's known as the Bandit. Okay. He writes a lot of comments on our channel. Let's see what he's got for us. Here we go. I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie with Burt Reynolds, The Bandit. It's a great movie. I've watched it a few times with the Pontiac Trans Am. Okay, Robert, let's see what you got us. Oh, wait, we got a letter here. Let's see what he's got. Oh, look at that. Hi, Nick. I want to send you this flag for you to enjoy. I thank you for those stickers you sent me. Say hi to everyone at your shop. Stay safe, Nick. I will spread the words of Nick's Garage. Your #1 fan, The Bandit. P.S. Hang it high. Okay, he wants us to hang this flag high. Oh, if I think I know what it is, with Barry Newman. Here it is, Kowalski with the 1970 Dodge Challenger. Just like the one I built a couple of years ago. Thanks, Bandit. So Robert, I'm gonna put your name on, but I need a white marker, so I'll get to it later. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. Okay, and here's another one. Okay, now we're finished with the envelopes, and now we're going with the boxes. Okay, let's open up this one. Roger. Okay, Roger. The state flag of Oklahoma. Here it is. Oh, I don't have this one. No, I don't have this flag. Oklahoma. Yeah, peace pipe. So we got the flag of the state of Oklahoma. Hello, Nick and everyone at Indie Auto. I've been a fan of your YouTube channel, Nick's Garage, for years. I've seen you dyno lots of engines. However, it never gets old because the way you and your team present the story of each engine, the car or truck it goes into. I've learned a lot about engines and restorations from watching your videos. Your Vanishing Point Challenger turned out very well, and it is a testament to your eye for detail and quality workmanship. You know, it looks good on video, but it looks a lot better when you guys are in person and see my car, let me tell you. Special thanks to the man behind the scenes who does your camera work and makes your YouTube videos. Yes, the man is George, one-man team. There are a lot of good videos in the automobile, Jer, but yours top my list. Wow, thank you. I'm the top. I have a few Mopars myself, a 1969 Dodge Charger RT and a 1970 Plymouth Cuda 340. I also have a 69 El Camino Resto Mod for a daily driver and hauling stuff. God bless you and keep on rolling. Yours truly, Rogers. It would be my honor to have this flag in display because I thought I had the state of Oklahoma. But Roger, now that I've got it, I'm going to put your name on it and I'm going to hang it up in my shop. There you go. Thank you, Roger. Okay. Here's another package from the state of Tennessee, and it's from Chris. Okay, Chris, see what we got here. Okay, here we go. I love these packages. They come in from all over the place. Overseas, US, South, North, East, West, any part of the globe. Oh, wow. Oh, there it is. Yes. This is one of our viewers that told me that, Nick, you're looking for that bracket for the Coronet. He sent it to me. Chris, thank you very much. I know I've got one already, but this, I think I know who else is looking for one, so I'm going to help him out with it. Look at that. In 1 month, I need 2 of them, and now I got 2 of them. Thank you. Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Look at that. And this is a real genuine piece here, guys. Look at that. From another genuine Mopar. This is the one that goes on the rear bumper, you guys. You tilt it down, you fill it up with gas, you close it, your plate is on it. Awesome. This is awesome. There you go. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that. Look at that. You ask for something on a live show, and the next thing you know is you have it in your hands. Thanks, you guys. Okay, here we got a nice small package from the state of Texas, and this is from Chris. Okay. Okay, here we go. And Chris told me, sending me a little gift. He never told me what it was, but now that I've got it here, we're gonna see. Dear Nick, enclosed you will find a 164 model of the 1970 Kowalski Challenger used in the movie Vanishing Point. It is an authentic copy. I just modified it for you. Since they made tons of them, it doesn't hurt the value. Feel free to keep it or give it away. Take care and keep your shows coming if you can. Your friend Chris from Texas. Okay, let's see what we got here. Wow. Well, I never had one this small. Cool, look at this. Limited edition, I didn't know that. Look at this, looks just like my car. Neat, this is neat. Wow. Thank you, Chris. I've got a lot of die casts, but not one this small, let me tell you. Nick 70 Challenger RT Kowalski. There you have it, folks. And Chris, thank you very much. This is nice, very nice. I'm taking this one home next to my TV. Love it. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. And this is our final package of the day. It's our last one, and this one is from... This one's from Alan, from the state of Hawaii. Wow, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. From Honolulu. Okay, Alan, let's see what you got us here. Let's open it up. That's a big package. When I was in Hawaii, the last time I was in Hawaii was in my honeymoon, 1991. Okay, that's been a while. I'd sure like to go back there, but I sure don't have the time. First and foremost, Happy New Year to everyone at Nick's Garage. Hope 2020 will be filled with more great muscle cars. Take care and stay safe. Aloha from Hawaii, Alan. Alan, thank you very much, Alan. We got quite a few things in here. Poster enclosed, okay. Let's see what we got in here. Poster. Here's a poster. And what's this poster of? Let's find out. Okay, here we go. Point limit 0. That was called in French vanishing point. There it is, Kowalski, my car. And here's the second poster. Oh, look at that. It's all in French. Nice. This is something. Hey, I never had this article before. Okay, what's in here? That's funny, eh? French from Hawaii. I'm very surprised. Maybe it's Alain in French. Alain. Okay, here we got Leon, Lion, 100% Kona coffee. Look at that. The pride of the islands. Oh, I like coffee. God, he's got quite a few items here. What's in this? The Hawaiian Cookie Company. Yeah, I like cookies. That's what we got here. Honolulu cookie. Look at that. Nice, nice. So I'm gonna have cookies with everybody here today, with the staff. Nice. Okay, open carefully, photo enclosed. Hang on your shop wall. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hey, a personalized frame for my license plate. Nick's Garage vanishing point. I've never seen that one before. Check this out. Look at that. So you can see I'm so dedicated so much to Barry Newman with this car, vanishing point. I know I built the exact same car. Just love it. I mean, how much better can it get? Come on, you guys. Check it out. All the way from Honolulu. Alan, thank you very much, Alan. Anyways, that's the last package of the day. I want to say thank you for all you guys watching us here on Nick's Garage on YouTube. And I want to give you guys a big thank you. Subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Get all your friends to join up. Put thumbs up. Put likes on. And I want to say thank you to everyone, our Patreon supporters and all. And you guys, thank you very much for watching us on Nick's Garage. And you guys, if you look down below the video, we have a whole bunch of merchandise that you guys can buy. So whatever you like, buy it, love it, wear it, and enjoy it. And help spread the word of Nick's Garage. And if you have some time, check out our Patreon page. We have extra content and you guys can watch it and take it from there. And we'll see you next time.